Our headlines of this news edition: the President of the Republic made a consultation between the head of the state and the leader of the political parties. On continental news, Brussels refused negotiation about Brexit agreement. Welcome if you join us as part of the celebration of the 40th anniversary of the RPP and the 25th anniversary of the ABA Peace Accord. The President of the Republic, Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, has begun a series of meetings and exchange with together the living force of the nations. It's a series of consultations with representatives of Djiboutian political party majority as well as oppositions. At this meeting, President Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh spoke about the evaluation of the national and regional political landscape. He made a general inventory of the situation of our country, and above all, he emphasized the effort made by his successive government in the key area of national cohesion and socio-economic development. An interactive audience the chief officials of Djiboutian political parts also took the floor to say in the public the vision and the approach. A high-profile event this morning's meeting alerts us to the high maturity of our political leaders, who invariably subscribe to the necessity of always placing the supreme interests of the nation and civil harmony above personal partisan motivation. This initiative of consultations and exchange desire by the head of state demonstrated, if necessary, that democracy is beautiful and well anchored in our country. During his speech, the President stressed the importance of this meeting to reinforce the political parties in our country. The President after that stressed the importance of this meeting and said that once of the speech were completed, which took place in a climate of frank collaboration and sincere considerations.
J'ai voulu discuter un peu avec vous aujourd'hui.
I wanted to discuss with you today and to put a numbers of things that require our support for national unity and national cohesion, regardless of the difference of opinion we have. But as far as we are concerned, it is done. First of all, it is our country. It is our unity in the diversity. We must do everything we can to ensure that our country continue to progress, to make progress, to growth, to ensure that our country is a strong country, an open country, a country that continue to look after its affairs, its economy and its unity. We are proud to have been able to count on continuous growth in recent years, a growth that is over 8%. We have demonstrated our willingness and ability to think about our children, our schools, and our health. We can say today that the unemployment is falling. Our struggle today is how to stay on the course with the change and upheaval the region is witnessing, how to keep our personality, our country, how to continue on the path to progress, how to think about strengthening our national cohesion. how we can show our solidarity with those among us who cannot work, those who cannot afford housing, those who cannot be cured, how to support people in remote areas suffering from the hazards of droughts, and how to show them that we are at their side by providing them with the necessary water, healthcare, and education, especially in those who live in rural areas. We must do everything we can to ensure that there is no society without them. We must seek all means, all who contribute to unite us, to unite, and who always think of our country, to be respected among the country, of the region, and the world, by our ability to manage our country in peace, stability, friendship, and fraternity. You are the members of the national community. You are the ones who make the opinion of this country. You each have the responsibility, whether you are from the opposition or from the majority. It is the country, the national cohesion that unite us. It is the flag. It is the constitution. It is the love of the people and the love of the country that unite us. It is now up to us to maintain this, to do this dialogue, and to continue to keep our will moving forward.
The Vice President of the RPP, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Muhammad, said that the exchange of views between the representatives of the majority and the oppositions and recalled that it will share many things in common.
There was some exchange of views between the representative of the majority and the opposition. The President recalled that we share many things in common, namely the people, the country, national unity, and also social cohesion. She also recalled that we should work in consultation between the opposition and the majority. On this subject, there will be a framework of dialogue that will be established by the majority, and the opposition will be invited to debate with the majority on the essential problem of the country and not partisan problems. And this framework of dialogue will be set up very quickly, on which the opposition will be invited for a meeting of dialogue on the essential point, namely national unity, social cohesion, the flag, the country, and the people of Djibouti.
On the other hand, the president of the party, Fruit, Mr. Ugure Kifle Ahmed, highlighted the role of this meeting to reinforce the political area.
يعني فردينتا تنمتي أوي بارول ركاكا يليني حالا كي بارول ليني حالتا سنت حالتي تنا فردينتا والتنا فردينتا هاي وهارجين برايانم إيه سياسة هبوتي سياسة برديتا هبوتي كبارو هباي وتلي أبيني هي دحبيني مي فوق فنها سياسة بردي كي ماجوريتي أبوتان ليني هنيهن
And now let's follow the speech of the president of PSD, Mrs. Hasna Momin Bahdan.
It is an opportunity we would like for a new year with our lucky comrades and the President of the Republic, and we have taken care of our country as well as knowing something in district. We also had a series of meetings with the political parties.
The president also of PND also expressed his satisfactions.
kulanku maanta wuxuu dhacay si heer sare waayo madaxweynaha ayaa maanta gartay inuu mucaaradkii iyo midowga aqlabiyadda UNP axsaabtii siyaasadeed.
And now the president of the political part of UPR, Mr. Ibrahim Shehem Daoud.
إنما أكتواتنتكي بارتياتها يعني كيسي عبارها باي فيروك يعني اسمه سنة كيني ورش يمعي كيني كيجوي نما هكا سقواتين.
And now Mrs. Ilia Ismail Gede Harad, who are the president of the part of EDG, also spoke about the meeting between the president and the different parts.
First of all, I would like to greet the President's initiative This is an unprecedented initiative for our country. Thereafter, we have made mutual consultation with the parties in power and opposite. So we have discussed questions which concern the general interest of the nation in order to improve the national cohesion.
And finally, the president of the CDU, Mr. Ahmed Mohamed Yusuf, expressed also his satisfaction to participate the meeting between the head of state and the different political part of Djibouti. Today, the ministerial meeting in Djibouti, Ethiopia, this morning opened at the Diplomatic Institute. For more details, let's follow this report.
The ministerial meeting Djibouti, Ethiopia this morning opened at the Diplomatic Institute. The meeting was chaired by Foreign Minister Mahmoud Ali Yusuf and his Ethiopian counterpart working at Gebiyehu. This meeting is part of a regular consultation and dialogue between the two countries whose common vision is oriented towards economic integration. The two heads of delegations welcomed the exceptional quality of the bilateral relations between the Republic of Djibouti and Federal Republic of Ethiopia.
With people who say that the people of Ethiopia and Djibouti are one people living in two countries, to express the closeness and the new natural bond that exists between the sisterly people of our.
In the course of these 2 days meetings, we would certainly be able to assess and evaluate the progress made in the whole integration process of our two countries' economies, trade, businesses, and social and cultural interactions. Indeed, this gathering and many others we hold on a more frequent basis have always been focused on the promotion.
Once the speech were completed, the discussions which took place in a climate of frank collaboration of sincere consideration allowed the two delegations to take a decisive step in the management of files relating to the questions on the work permits, residence, border posts, transport, trade, energy, pipeline, and financial customs issue.
A drama at sea in the day of yesterday, a boat causing nearly 45 deaths, and the last information is 50 deaths in the sector of Godoria, the region of Obakh. People were rescued according to the first information obtained from the local authorities. The two boats left yesterday Godoria load of illegal immigrants to the Arab country and Yemen. The first boat with about 130 stowaways drowned rock 30 minutes later off Godoria and capsized and at the sea. At present, 45 bodies were collected by the relief, and we found 50 survivors, and we will still looking for 70 stowaways of this boat, say the guard code. The exact number of illegal immigrants around this boat is unknown. At the present time, 45 deaths have been rescued and 50 illegal immigrants have been rescued. The balance is likely to increase. 50 people from the first boat are still missing. All means of relief have been implemented. The Navy, the Coast Guard, and the local authority, including the prefect of Obakh, were in the seeking area. When the second boat has not precise information on its situation, we will still trade this information in image in our next edition. Following this tragedy at sea yesterday in Godoria, in the region of Obakh, the prefecture, Mr. Hassan Dabil Said, say all the administrative and military authorities are in action on the sector to help ship workers and collect the bodies at sea. Since yesterday already 50 have been rescued and 50 people have been rescued, and 70 people are still missing after the drama of the boat that pierced a rock 30 minutes after leaving Godoria. The prefect specified the 5 bodies found yesterday were buried in Obakh. The prefect congratulated all the administrative and military authorities as well as the United Nations agency who is OEM for the strong mobilization following this drama at the sea. 50 people found alive are supported by the organizations, International Organization for Migrants, the Army Forces and the Navy Guard, police as well as the gendarmerie participated in the relief of spirit of solidarity and collaboration, much appreciated by the prefect Hassan Dabele. The prefect has announced that the gendarmerie has opened an investigation to find the responsible of this tragedy, which will be brought before the court of this crime. On continental news, Brussels refused to negotiate the terms of the Brexit of London.
The Mahasal MP said that their vote against a no-deal Brexit on Tuesday night does not kill off the prospect of the UK crashing out of the European Union. The speech Jeremy Corbyn insisting it should mean she takes the option of the table. Corbyn is due to meet me in her Commons office at 3 p.m. hours after the Paris exchange at the Prime Minister's questions, where the Labour leader repeatedly pressed me on what alternative arrangement to the Irish backstop she intended to secure.
Here we arrive at the end of this news. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.